lineup. Matthew Ridge, Danny Moore, Craig Innes, Terry Hill, Jack Elsgood, the halves, Cliff Lyons and Tuvey. The best back row in the business, Nick Kosef, Daniel Gartner and Steve Menzies. And their front row, Mark Carroll, Jim Sedaris and Owen Cunningham. Their coach is Bob Fulton. That is Andrew Johns like we have never seen before. I don't know what to say in reaction to the new look Andrew Johns. The Newcastle lineup, young Matthew Gidley back to fullback, Robbie O'Davis out, Brett Grogan, Darren Tracy appears in the centres, Jamie Ainscough, Keith Beecham, the halves, the Johns brothers, the forwards, Glanville, Muir, Marquette, Harrigan, Jackson and Butterfield. Malcolm really is the coach of the Newcastle Knights. And Paul McBlain, the man in charge, Manly running from left to right. Matthew Ridge is the man who has us underway. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fair deal of aggression in the start of this match as Mark Glanville is the first player in possession just short of the 20. 5 metres out, Lyons. He spreads wider for Tuvey. Now for Menzies out in the centres. Ainscough was pushed out of the play. Elsgood off the right foot, then beats two and scores. But I'm sure the replay will show that Ainscough was pushed out of the defensive line, but Elsgood gets the 4-pointer.
Well, it was great finishing from Jack Elsgood, reminiscent of what he did at Illawarra a couple of weeks ago. But Andrew's spot on here. They had numbers, with Jamie Ainscough in the line. As we freeze play there, just watch this Newcastle player as the ball comes out to Menzies. Play continues. We see Jamie Ainscough ending up on the ground. Still had plenty to do, Elsgood, stepping back inside 2 and 3 defenders.
Yeah, Ainscough, I don't know, he hardly touched him, Terry Hill. He was blowing up to the touch judge. It's just half a nick, and he went down, no doubt about it. And there was the gap for Menzies to run to, and no chance for Beecham to stop that. Did pretty well too, Elsgood. He still had some work to do. He beat both the Johns boys in getting to the try line, and that's no mean feat.
Well, he's got a try a couple of weeks ago, which was as good as that one, but his finishing has allowed him to come into the top grade here. Of course, John Hopawate in reserve grade, conversion attempt, and that's no surprise.
So Matthew Ridge has turned 4 into 6, and Manly, they're flying high already. 6-0 over the Knights. They're getting a little closer, down by 6 points to 0. Johns kicks back to the right. Matthew Johns, is he onside? No.
Oh, he's 20 metres offside. You see here, Matthew Johns actually plays the football.
Since linking up with Manly was last Monday night. It was dummy half running was his feature. Kosef angles inside, Cunningham, then offloads Manly, just a metre out from the line. Stephen Menzies, the player at the end of that exchange of passing. Now Ridge, last tackle, Lyons. There's plenty of support, Lyons. The pass has been knocked down, and Newcastle back with it. But the referee is going back to the opposite side of the park.
I think you'll find on the play before, there was a Manly player taken out. It might have been Cunningham in a set play, and McBlain has obviously played the advantage. Here it is here. Well, it's actually Carroll taken out by Harrigan. Now from this, he's let play go on, another tackle, and decided to pull up when Manly couldn't score a try. So it's a big advantage played there for the Manly side.
And Ridge just under 90% success rate, but there is another. 2 from 2 for Matthew Ridge. And Manly in the wet conditions lead by 8 points to 0. Now Tuvey, long for Lyons. Lyons skips out a man for Terry Hill. And Hill comes up to Beecham now for Elsgood. Menzies is in support. Elsgood draws the fullback and Menzies is away. Classic rugby league try from the Manly side. And Steve Menzies gets it.
And a great try there. Terry Hill again showing his good speed to get outside Ainscough. He did it on Monday night, on the outside of Peter Jorgensen. We freeze play there. There you can see that Jamie Ainscogh's been slow across. The inside man was Adam Muir, and he couldn't come into the hole there to stop play. There you'll see that there's so much support, and by the time they reacted on the inside, Glanville was there as well. Steve Menzies able to stride away.
Well, you can't afford to give these outside Manly backs any room, and they keep letting Terry Hill get on the outside of them. And Steve Menzies, can't he sniff one out? A try that is. He just backs up right on the inside all day. Beautiful stuff from Menzies. And that's his 12th try of the season, the Beaver.
Yeah, great side. And he in turn sets his sights on Steve Renoff, who collected a 4-pointer last night. Matthew Ridge, another 2. From the scrum, Tuvey. Inside for Hill. Glanville was flat-footed. Hill has gone straight through the tackle. He'll go all the way, Terry Hill. Oh, Tez is in for a try as well. They're lining up for the spoils. Hill beat a tackle, attempted tackle from Adam Muir back near halfway, and it was so easy from there.
It was a very bad miss from Adam Muir, not the kind of tackle you expect from a representative player. And this is the other thing that Manly do so well. They run the angles. That put Mark Glanville on the wrong foot, and then Adam Muir came up with an awful attempt to tackle. Matthew Gidley couldn't come across to stop Terry Hill.
Well, we've got a smash up on our hands here. Terry Hill is in great form of late. He didn't make the New South Wales team, but here he is now blitzing the Newcastle defence.
Really got tangled up, didn't he, Adam Muir, coming across? You saw the head in the wrong position. It was in front of the body of Terry Hill. A clumsy attempted tackle, but again, a lot of that put down to the fact that the angled runner, Terry Hill, made it very difficult for him to get in the right position to make the tackle.
Matthew Ridge with a kick, and again successful.
But that's the way it goes. You probably sit inside on a rainy day like
Here's Tuvey
well,
from the scrum base, away from Tangata-Toa, and the little number 7 from Manly has strolled 55 metres to score.
Oh, he's a great little player, isn't he? I don't mean to be disrespectful and calling him little. He doesn't stand that tall, apart from what he can do on a football field. Matthew Johns went up too quickly on the outside. He was more concerned about Cliff Lyons, and Tangata-Toa just didn't have the speed to go across and cover him on the inside. So in the Brisbane game and last week, where players have really got to be more concerned where the football is.
We'll take a break, that scoreline. 26-0 to the Sea Eagles. Andrew Johns then throws the pass for Harrigan. Harrigan offloaded, now a chance for the Knights. Andrew Johns, they go for the line and get there. Cliff Lyons unsuccessful in holding up Matthew Johns, and Newcastle have their first 4-pointer.
Well, there's the first chink we've seen for a long time in the Manly defence. A good offload from Paul Harrigan. Give him the credit for this one. Hits the line hard and strong. The Johns boys, they put this on. Cliffy just hung off Matthew Johns for a fraction, and eventually Matthew Johns got the football down.
It was said in the last couple of weeks that Paul Harrigan looks to be a far better player with his new desire to offload there. And Andrew Johns, it was important that he did go to the line to keep Cliff Lyons back there, and just too much strength for Matthew Johns, who had the momentum.
104 points for the season. He just kicked 15 metres out. And the 2 points, much needed for Newcastle, but it's some sort of start they've given. On the 20-metre line, last tackle with Manly. Matthew Ridge just steadies for that bomb. Gidley is under pressure. Lyons coming through. Oh, it's come off the shoulder of a Newcastle player. Was it Bill Peden? Has he gone to the wing, Bill Peden?
It was Billy Peden, all right. He and Matthew Gidley got in all sorts of trouble. They're in each other's way.
Peden has since been replaced. Owen Craigie is out there now. Australian schoolboy, 3 years running. Matthew Ridge has converted yet again. Manly right on top, 28-6 here at Brookvale. Tackled by Lyons. 15 out from the Manly line. Ainscough goes himself with a grubber. Hopewade through the legs. He tries to cover up. Was that a try to Ainscough? In-goal judge says yes, does he? Ainscough was claiming the try. Now consultation. Stand by for the decision. Back to the line dropout. Well, Manly have forced it. An anxious moment. Will take a break at 28-6. In some more strong defence from this Manly centre, former All Black. Matthew Johns, the kick. The chase is there for Matthew Johns, and he scores. The 5'8" for Newcastle has got his second try, and that's one of the rare highlights in this match for the Novocastrians.
And as soon as Matthew Johns caught the football, he knew exactly what he was going to do with it. They've got the try. A couple of rucks later, Matthew Ridge was over near the posts. Matthew Johns, downward pressure, beautiful individual play, caught the Manly side completely by surprise.
He's tried very hard today, Matthew Johns, in a badly beaten side. His brother trying to convert.
That's the kick from Andrew Johns. It is successful. So that is bright news. The points, 28-12, 4 minutes out from full time. In these conditions made it look very easy. Matthew Johns, the flick pass for Peden. Peden stands in the tackle of Tuvey, then Harrigan. Harrigan able to offload. That's come off the hand of Peden. It won't matter. Manly are back in possession. And the full-time siren has put the Newcastle Knights out of their misery. Favourites for the premiership, Manly collect another 2 points in the Optus Cup.